I joined the board of the yeshiva basically because Yitzi Levine twisted my arm, but the reality is that there's a personal story to this. I actually started learning in Tels when I was 10 years old, and my first older chavrusa was Yitzi Levine. And he actually said he wasn't paid for that time, and he's using that against me now by getting repayment for joining the board. So that's ultimately why I joined the board. On a serious note,
Baruch Hashem, Chicago is very well known for a tremendous amount of Batei Midrashim, shuls, koilelim. But if you look at the pyramid, there's a point at the top. And at the top of that pyramid is Tels Yeshiva.
Tels has always been at the forefront and has set the bar.
Tels Yeshiva has always been an anchor in the city. The Yeshiva has always been das Torah in the city.
whether it's shilas that have to be asked, whether it's hadracha, whether it's chinuch, Tels is a destination that people will turn to.
The impact is felt in every corner of the observant community of Chicago.
As the community has grown and the level of B'nai Torah has grown, all the more so is the yeshiva a vital resource to the community. Over these last 10 years, what we've witnessed in the yeshiva and the growth, in no small part credit given to my father, Mr. Davis, they've built a very solid foundation, and that is the vehicle that created the momentum that's going to give the energy for us moving forward to build upon.
No place survives without the next generation coming up. You need to be able to tap into those next generation to make sure they feel part of it and understand the importance of what the place is so that they'll continue it also.
Everybody knows the best and the only way to do it is to keep the younger generation involved, and perhaps they can come up with the strength to build even more greater visions.
This inauguration of the new executive board of Tels Yeshiva marks a new era in the yeshiva, marks a new era for the Talmidei Yeshiva, marks a new era for the Hanaholas Yeshiva to build Torah in the city, to build Torah in Klal Yisrael.
Tels Yeshiva has been close to my heart, close to my family for decades upon decades. Grew up with Tels in my blood. My father learned in Tels, I learned in Tels.
I feel like for all they've done for us, for our family, for the community, it was only befitting that I was able to give back.
As a part of the board, I really feel that my achrayas is, and all of our achrayas is, that we have to do anything that we can to make sure that the yeshiva is able to do what they need to do.
Yitzi was looking for a group of people that will actually roll up their sleeves and get to work.
The group that Yitzi put together for this executive board is a world-class group of Askanim.
A group of people that have gone above and beyond throughout the entire community and have bonded together in bringing Chicago up to new heights and levels.
Together, wrapping ourselves around the concept of assisting and lifting the yeshiva to new heights, to continue to make it as great of a Makom HaTorah as it has been, and even more of an influence over our city than it has been.
I'm proud to say that my children are part of the new, important, upcoming generation to support the yeshiva, to enhance the yeshiva.
All 10 of these individuals have a common denominator. They take the achrayas of helping Tels Yeshiva seriously. They're friends of mine, they're friends of the yeshiva, they're friends of the whole Chicago community.
This is the 57th banquet. The yeshiva has been successful, Baruch Hashem, over the years in producing many fine Talmidei Chachamim, Roshei Yeshivas, Roshei Kollel, Mechanchim.
Every yeshiva needs Balbatim that stand behind them. Every yeshiva needs Balbatim that understand the goals of the yeshiva, that understand what the yeshiva is committed to do. Of being Melamed Torah, being Mechanech Bochem, making B'dolei Torah, Choshev Balbatim. They should dedicate their lives to Kiddush Shem Shemayim. It is tremendously encouraging to see this minyan, Davar Shem Kedusha, of 10 pillars of a new era. They take on a project that they see a need, they'll step up and roll up the sleeves and they'll just do it. They'll get it done.
Chinuch that we got from our parents is when the community calls on you. It's my duty to step up and do what I can to do for the yeshiva.
To be able to go to the source and help the source of what has built so many other organizations in the community, it's a tremendous chus.
today it's time that we have a new group of young people, energetic people that are willing to provide their time and abilities.
With their foresight, we're sure to make tremendous growth and establishment of Telshe Yeshiva.
One of the biggest changes in the yeshiva from 50 years ago to what it is today is that we have our former Talmidim and other young Balabatim that are feeling a commitment to help out the yeshiva in its growth.
The wives of these 10 that have a tremendous sense of pride for all that their husbands do, we owe them also a great debt of gratitude.
All the Balabatim on the executive board are different, but what they have in common is that they're all Machshiv Torah and Machshiv Telshe Yeshiva.
The goal of the board?
That's a good question. Still haven't figured that one out yet.
I don't know what I agreed to. You mumbled something, and I have no idea what I agreed to, and
That's for the outtakes, by the way, Yitz. That's for the outtakes.